Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In case you're new here, this is Trade with Angel, and in this channel I deal about trading boom and crash, and mostly with scalp. So I know I haven't uploaded in a while, but this video will make up for it. So today we are basically just going to see how we can take exact sure trades on crash 500 and boom 500. Okay, so we are going to scalp using the Ichimoku and the envelopes. I will display the settings somewhere within the video, so just stay tuned and let's begin without wasting time. We don't want the video to be too long. So for us to use this strategy, as I usually say, we have to wait for the market to be above moving average 200, which is that is the this yellow line here is the moving average 200, so the market has to be above this line. Okay, so once the market is above the moving average 200, we have to wait. Okay, we have to wait for the envelopes to come and meet up. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, like here, once the let me just point an arrow. Once the market is above the moving average 200, as you can see right here, we have to wait for the market to spike. Okay, once the market spikes down here, once the market spikes, which the envelopes should be above. The envelopes should always, as you can see. Okay, just a minute, sorry about that. Okay, once the market spikes above here, okay, and it doesn't pass the moving average 200, wait for the envelopes to be above the 50 RSI line. Okay, if the market still spikes and the envelopes line is still above 50, or it has just touched the level 50, and on our main chart, which is here, okay, which is here, the Ichimoku crosses each other. So you can see the green Ichimoku line has crossed the red Ichimoku line. My friend, buy and take 5 candles at most. Okay, take 5 candles at most. Nowadays crash 500 crashes fiercely, so just take 500, just take 500, just take 5 candles at most. Don't go past that. Crash 500 spikes fearlessly nowadays. So let's repeat the condition. Make sure it spikes above moving average 200. Okay, once it does, come and look at your envelopes. If your envelope is just above 50, or it has touched 50 as it has done right here, and the Ichimoku has crossed here, buy, I repeat, buy 5 candles without any fear. Take 5 candles and walk away. That is the only free condition. It's very simple strategy, very simple setup. Now let me tell you something. If you meet such a setup, you can place your trade. Place it like you depend on it. If it's the only trade you're taking on that day, trade it. Just take 5 candles and walk away for this setup. Okay, for the setup that is above 50. Okay, let us look at the next setup. The next setup is here. As you can see, something else is happening here. It's shifting, so be very careful if it does that. But before it does, or in case it does, you can still see over here that it's still within our 50, still within our 50 zone. As you can see, it's still within our 50 zone. And on our main chart, I can see it has over here, it has crossed the Ichimoku, and it has also crossed here, and both of these spikes are above moving average 200. Just take your 5 candles each and walk out of the market. 5 candles each and walk out of the market. Don't say the strategy doesn't work. Just take 5 candles each and walk out. Okay, so basically that's how that strategy works on Crash 500. And there is something else that usually happens here. Okay, in crash and boom, there's always going to be a major pullback if the trend is so long. So once it does, it might come and start consolidating on the moving average 200, as it's doing right here. Okay, so once you realize it's consolidating this much, and on your envelopes it's at level 10 and also doing the same thing, come back to your chart. Okay, come back to your chart and wait for a crossing. Now when you get this setup, place a little lot size and ride the trend for a while. Okay, place some little trades and ride your trend for a while. Anything can happen with Crash 500. Place your trade and ride it. Don't be too greedy though. Okay, so basically that's how you do it. That's how you trade it. As you can see, something also happened here. Now this was a very, very good setup. As you can see here, it spiked. It didn't pass the moving average 200. As you can see, it crossed above here, and on our envelopes it was just around our 50 zone. My friend, look at those. Just look at that. Free 5 candles. Though the market went and ran away, but you could have taken your 5 candles and saved for the day. Okay, so that's basically how this strategy works. It's very, 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 very simple. Very, very simple. So just in case you're wondering what happens, that's what we do. That's how we trade. There's also another setup here, so you can see it happened here. Okay, and it crossed. The same thing repeated itself. It crossed. So it basically repeats itself when the market is on an uptrend. Okay, so only trade with this if the market is above the moving average 200. This is for Crash 500. So let us go to Boom 500 and see how it works. So Boom 500, you do the opposite. Trade if it is below. Go with the trend. Boom 500, trade it when it is below the moving average 200. Don't do anything else to be on the safe side. Okay, so with Boom 500, it takes a while before such a signal pops in. It really stresses. Okay, so in Boom 500, most of the time it barely comes to the 50 zone, and if it comes to the 50 zone, this is the 50 zone we are talking about, and if it comes to the 50 zone, high chances it has passed the moving average 200 slightly. So with Boom 500, it reacts a little bit differently, though don't be scared, it's still a trend, it's still trending. So take your 5 candles too and walk away. It's just the same, no more, no less. Just take 5 candles and walk out of the market. So remember, with boom 500, at most it usually crosses the moving average 200. Okay, it usually crosses it slightly, so be very careful with that. Okay, yeah. And at times it usually touches this 90 level. Okay, at most it touches the 90 level. It barely moves around here, so most of the times it's at, okay, you see, like here. Let's see if this can move. Okay, like here you can see it's on the 90 level. And on our main chart, it has already crossed the moving average 200. But what follows next, a very long setup. Okay, so just take 5 candles and walk out of the market. Don't be so greedy with this trading thing. You will lose everything if you're not careful. Okay, so with this, it still happened the same way. Over here it slightly passed, then boom, it went all the way down. On our envelopes, it was on our 50 zone. On this other side, it did the same thing on this side. Okay, so know when to take a trade and when to exit. Know when to take a trade, know when not to. Know when to close in loss and when to take your profits, and know when to close for the day. Don't be too greedy to just take everything in the market. You will lose it all. So until there, that's how we trade it. And let's get to the settings already. So for the set, moving average is 200, exponential close I use 4 pixels, that's the yellow one. Okay, for the Ichimoku we are using 21, 16, 52. I feel mine to avoid all those stuff on your chart. I feel mine, we are using 21, 16, 52. Okay, so I'm having red and green. You can choose your own color, preferably to you. And that's it, and you click done. For the RSI, it's just RSI 10 black, the color of your background. And then here we have the 10, 90 and 50, and that's it. Then we have the envelopes here. So those are the settings to our envelopes, and that's just about it. And this brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, and kindly guys subscribe for us to keep making more and more money making videos. Subscribe. Until we meet next time. In case you didn't understand anything, make sure you can reach me via email or you can send me a WhatsApp message. Let's get this work done together. Until we meet next time. Bye bye.